hot shit. You proclaim. Let that sink in. I'm the unseen. Not the chart topper, not the mainstream dream. But when the dust settles, I'm still the supreme. Don't mistake my kindness for a sign of fear. I'm the storm in silence, the voice you hear. When the world turns cold and the lights grow dim, I'll be the fire that burns within. I'll be by your side when the night falls deep. Through the highs and lows, I'm the promise I keep. Not the loudest voice, but I always win. They call me hot shit. Let the truth sink in. Every battle fought, every scar I wear, proof that I've been there, proof that I care. Not for the glory, not for the fame, but for the souls who know my name. When the world forgets and the crowds move on, I'll be the rhythm, the steady song, a whisper in the chaos, a hand to hold. My kindness is power, my story untold. I'll be by your side when the night falls deep. Through the highs and lows, I'm the promise I keep. Not the loudest voice, but I always win. They call me hot shit. Let the truth sink in. I'll be by your side when the night falls deep. Through the hard and lows, I'm the promise I keep. Not the loudest voice, but I always win. They call me hot shit. Let the truth sink in.
What's good, my people? Good morning. Yes, it's early. Hey, J13 and Misty. Okay, you know, you guys, I have two phones, right? And one's just a chat phone. You know, I don't call anybody on it, right? But I've been messaging you guys with the chat phone. Okay? It's not going through. Isn't that funny? I'm looking at it today. I'm like, oh my God, I'm texting on the wrong phone. So how about that? How stupid is that? Hello, sis. How you doing? Hello, Melissa from the bushes. Good morning. Yes, that happened. I can't help it. I'm not used to having like two phones like this, but you know, I think I'm cool because I got two phones, right? They come with me everywhere. Just kidding. All right, now let's get into these videos. We are going where the evidence takes us, okay? Because there's a lot of body cam footage. I know you guys are gonna laugh at me. Okay, so I'm gonna carry on. Let's continue. As Flames would say, let's continue. No spamming the chat, okay? No spam in the chat. Hello, everybody from the bushes. Please like this video. If not, just like, share, whatever it may be. I don't care. Let's get me to 5,000 subs, people. We can do this. I need your help, though. I need your help. Okay, so we're gonna watch body cam footage. Now it's gonna be of that day, right? And the people getting interviewed by law enforcement. What I'm really shocked about unless I can't find it anywhere. But they don't do much of canvassing the area. Maybe they do, but we don't have body cam footage. I don't know. I'm just watching what we got. Okay. No spam in the chat. Stop it, you cocksucker. Just kidding. All right, here we go. We are going to start with Gunderson. He's on the scene. I went and looked. We are not going to watch with the cops sitting there guarding doors. Okay, we're not going to do that like we did last night. That was just too much. I don't got time for that, and I'm sure you don't either. But here's Gunderson. He's on the scene, and he did a little canvassing. Let's look at that. There's not much video, though, of that. I'm just saying. There's not much at all.
Hi there.
Hello.
I'm Sergeant Gunderson with the Moscow Police Department.
Right.
We're investigating a crime next door.
Yeah, I got a vandal alert.
Okay. Did you happen to hear anything last night at all?
It's actually quieter than usual for a Saturday night. So,
Okay.
well,
Nothing.
usually they have parties over there. But it was kind of quiet last night. Usually
Okay.
it didn't.
Okay, nothing out of the ordinary.
No. Notice anything last night?
Out of the ordinary, just, walking in the street.
What times about did that all happen?
I left for work around
You stay.
10. When was it? Somewhere between 10:20 and 10:30.
Last night.
Yeah.
Jay, could you take the door? I think something's burning on the stove. I smell it.
Yeah.
Did you guys? What time do you get off work?
7:30 usually, but I got off a bit earlier, so like 7:15ish.
Okay, you didn't notice anything peculiar on your way home or anything?
I took the dog out this morning, and the only thing that I noticed was there was a bottle, cork for wine, and 2 pairs of panties in the street. So that's
Okay.
it. So, I think there was less cars parked there at the house over there, but
Okay.
it's usually packed.
Okay. All right, I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
Can I chat with you for a second?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Hi there. How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good. Are you kind of aware of what's going on in the
I am.
neighborhood?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So we're just going door to door, seeing if anybody heard anything or saw anything last night.
I have not.
Okay.
No, sir.
Okay. Anything peculiar last night at all overnight?
Not that I was aware of. I got home. I work at U of I for athletics. I got home from the game at like 10 p.m. last night,
Mm-hmm.
and I just literally watched some TV and went to bed at like midnight.
Okay. What time did you get up?
What time did I get up? Like 7 o'clock this morning.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
Not-
Anybody else live here with you?
No.
Okay.
No, sir.
Thank
Just
you.
Just me and her.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yep. Take care.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, no worries.
Hello.
Hi there. How you doing?
Good.
What's your name? Nice to meet
What's
you. I'm Sergeant Gunner from the police department. Well, we're just conducting an investigation in the area, and was curious if you heard anything overnight that was peculiar or out of the ordinary or anything like that.
I know I was up till about 2 a.m.
I'm sorry.
I know I was up till about 2 a.m., but I don't recall hearing anything. I guess I did have my headphones and I was listening to music pretty late.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. No worries. Thanks,
Yep.
man. Appreciate it.
Yep,
Take
you're
care.
welcome. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Have a good rest of your night.
You too.
Hi there. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. Hey, so we're conducting an investigation in the area. You guys are probably already aware.
Yeah.
Did you guys hear anything out of the ordinary last night?
Did not.
Nothing.
Not as
No gunshots or anything like that.
freaking me. I don't know. Somebody said to somebody who I heard from that that it was gunshots, but so I'm kind of weirded out because I didn't hear anything.
Okay. Where did you hear that from?
My sister. Yeah, I don't know. She's been talking to people and she's I think got the vandal alert, and so she texted me and just to make sure.
Okay. But didn't hear anything out of the ordinary. Okay.
Exactly.
Thanks, guys.
Are we blocked off in here right now?
You guys are welcome to leave and come back. Just there's
I was
going to
coming
be.
back with my car because I left earlier and I saw that there was like a cop car blocking that.
Yeah, we're just trying to limit
That's
the
why I
amount of.
down there.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to leave and come back. So.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks. Hi there.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. Hey, Sergeant Gunderson with the police department. What's your name? Okay. Nice to meet you. You probably got the vandal alert.
Yeah.
You probably understand what we're doing. You hear anything odd last night, early this morning?
No, I was actually curious as to what was going on today because I wasn't sure. So I wasn't here all night, so I personally didn't hear anything that was going on. So
Okay. What time did you go to bed?
probably around, I'd say 1.
Okay. What time did you wake up?
I think it was probably around like 8 this morning.
Okay.
Yeah. So
All right, man. Appreciate it. Thank
yeah,
you.
Of course.
Hello.
Hi. How are you doing?
Hi. Good.
Good. Shane with the police department. How are you doing?
Okay. How are you?
Okay. What's your name? Nice to meet you, John. So you go to the U of I?
I don't.
Okay. Well, we were conducting an investigation in the area.
I heard.
Okay. Did you hear anything out of the ordinary last night?
I did not hear anything last night.
Okay. Were you here all night last night?
I was. Oh,
Okay.
fiddlesticks. Hey. Sorry, I should have shut the door.
No worries.
Do you mind if I talk to you outside?
Yeah, no, that's
or
fine.
I can throw her in an office or
Yeah,
something.
no, you're fine.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything last night. I was home all night. Nothing out of the ordinary for me.
Okay. What time did you go to bed?
I think I went to bed at maybe 11.
Okay. What time did you wake up?
Woke up at 9
Okay.
today.
Awesome. Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, of course.
Take care.
Hello.
Hi there. How you doing?
Pretty good. How about yourself?
Hey, good. Sorry to bug you.
What's up?
Do you go to the U of I?
No.
Okay. Well, we're conducting an investigation in the area.
Okay.
I was just curious if you heard anything overnight or
No.
anything like that.
No.
Were you here all night last night?
No. I worked late. Got here late. Went to bed.
Okay. What time did you get off work?
Like last night, got off work around 12. Stayed there till maybe like 1.
Okay.
Got home around 1:32.
Okay. You went to bed after that, or okay? What time did you wake up?
A couple hours ago.
What's that?
A couple hours ago.
Okay. All right. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Have a good day.
Yeah, you too. Hey there, Moscow Police Department.
Hi.
How's it going?
Pretty good.
What's your name, sir? Apologize. I got a phone call. Make sure it's not one I need to answer. Just a second. I apologize. I'll knock on your door in just a second. Hey, what's up? We're doing okay at the moment. We're doing some canvassing right now. So, well, if you want to call Eric and Corbin, might need a spell doing they're doing the crime scene log stuff. So just security, they might need a break.
Okay, I'll call them.
All right, thanks, man. Hey guys, which apartment do you guys live in?
Right here.
Okay, I'll come chat with you in just a second. Okay.
Okay.
Thanks. Sorry about that. Are you a student at U of I?
Not currently.
Okay.
I'm
Well,
gonna be next semester.
okay. So we're conducting an investigation next door. Just curious if you heard anything last night, saw anything peculiar last night, anything like that.
I was working pretty late.
What time did you work?
I got home at like midnight,
Okay.
15ish.
Mm-hmm.
And it's pretty dark. You know, usually there's music and stuff, but
Sure.
it's pretty dark, pretty quiet. I didn't see anything crazy.
Okay. And then what time did you go to bed?
Like 3:30ish.
Okay. Did you hear anything odd before going to bed, anything like that?
Not that I'm remembering.
Okay. What time did you wake up?
11:15, 11:30.
Okay. And perfect. I appreciate it, man.
First.
Thank you so much.
First.
Hi there. How you guys doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. You guys are
So worried.
students?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you got the vandal
Yeah,
alert.
we got the vandal alert.
So we're just conducting a neighborhood canvass, just making sure anybody heard anything, saw anything last night at all.
I did not. I got back from the corner club at 11:30 with my boyfriend, and we didn't hear anything.
Okay. What time did you guys go to bed right after that? Or
12:30.
I'm not the boyfriend. I was in Spokane.
okay. And then what time did you wake up?
My boyfriend went hunting at 5 in the morning, so he left around then.
Okay.
And so he's on his way back now.
What's your boyfriend's name? If I give you my card, can you call when he gets?
Yeah, he's almost there. So.
Okay, I muted that. I paused this because that girl was at the corner club that night, whatever. So was Kaylee and Maddie. And there's some video footage of that too.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just be hanging around. So.
I just talked to him on the phone and he didn't hear anything either. But
Okay.
I'm sure you can talk to him about that.
Well, I'll give you my card anyway. Then, if that's the case, if he, I just have him give me a call anyway. Thanks. I talked to him. Best number to get directly to me is the cell phone number down here. Shane Henderson. Yeah, appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Hi there.
Hey.
So we're conducting an investigation next door.
Yeah.
Did you guys hear anything last night?
No.
Okay.
Can you tell us what happened?
We're still trying to kind of piece everything together, so I don't have a lot of information, and I couldn't tell you if I did have enough. So, you guys didn't hear anything last night at all. Do you guys have a neighbor here?
We don't know.
them.
Okay.
Or actually, I think someone does live there, but we don't know them.
Okay.
We've never spoken to them.
What time did you guys get home last night?
We were home the entire day.
Okay.
Oh, last night?
So that's true. At about 9 o'clock, we went out for snacks and we came back at about 10 o'clock.
Okay. You guys go to bed after that?
Yes.
What time did you wake up?
8:30.
Okay.
8:39.
Okay. All right. Appreciate it, guys. That's all I got for you. So thank you.
So there's that. Let's go to another one. Hi, Greg. I don't see Greg on my phone. Or I see him on my phone, but not in StreamYard. Very strange. All right. Oops.
We'll do. Thanks, Nick.
everyone still going to the police station?
Huh?
Is that group of people still going to the police station?
I'm not sure what they were doing, what the captain asked them to do. I'll go ask. Huh. That's a camera.
Hello.
Hey guys. Is everybody that lives here? I know it says your one friend that might have left.
My boyfriend's here. Do you want him?
Sure, you can come sit talk to you. I was just going to talk to you guys. I'll have you guys just stay here for a little while, if that's all right. I don't want anybody coming and going right now. I see you guys have a camera here.
Yes.
Do you have any other cameras?
No, just that one.
Just I want to know how big of a picture is that
It's just like the road, like it
like
cuts
the
off
driveway.
here, but it shows.
Okay.
Everything.
And are you guys able to get copies of that?
Yeah.
Recordings?
Like,
Okay.
It's on an SD card.
Okay.
So,
We also have an app.
oh yeah, we also have an app.
Okay. Do you mind if I can get a copy of that? Is that cool?
Yeah. How would we do that?
We'll give you an email.
Okay.
And then you guys can email if that works. Whose camera is it?
It's mine.
Okay.
Yeah. What's the email that you?
Let's go with R. Snyder, SNYDER.
SNY
DER
DER
at ci.moscow.id.
ID.
Yep. .us.
Alright.
Yeah, it's gonna do that.
Perfect.
R. Snyder. Yeah, that'd be great. Okay. Thank you. And if everybody's okay here,
Yep.
If you guys need to leave or something like that, just let us know.
Okay,
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to go to now. Let's see, we did Ava last night. And who these people are, they were all the people that were standing outside with Dylan and, that I know of so far, Dylan and Bethany, when all this first happened. They're all friends. How is everybody? I hope you're well. Hit the like, please. Tell your friends. Let's continue. No spamming the chat. Guys, if you're new here, it's a joke. It's an inside joke.
Recorded. Red light's on. Can you state your name for me? Okay, let me make sure I get spelling correctly. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so first name, correct?
Yep.
What's your middle?
What's your date of birth?
2001.
Good phone number for you. Okay, you have, that's your phone right there, right? Real quick before we get into that, what's your relationship to the victims?
Sarah is my best friend.
Okay.
Ethan is her boyfriend, who's also one of my best friends. And Maddie Moken and Kaylee are great friends to all of us too, because they live with them.
Are you were they all in a sorority?
We were all, me and Santa are not anymore.
Okay. What about Ethan?
And Mogan's not in it anymore.
Okay.
Ethan is in, along with his brother, sister, and his sister.
I'll give you some tissues if you need them, okay? You sure? Okay. Let me know if you need something, all right? Again, this is not, just if you need a minute, take a minute, okay? Okay, so at the end of all this, we're going to seize your phone as evidence, okay? Just understand that this is procedure for us, okay? Doesn't mean we're looking at you or anything like that. It's just this really helps us kind of narrow it down, okay? So is that an iPhone?
Yes.
What model is it?
I think it's the 11.
You can take all this.
It should be. Yeah, I think it's 11.
Okay. Does it have a passcode on it?
It does.
What's your passcode? Okay, so your social media, what kind of social media do you have?
All this muting and stuff is driving me nuts, people.
So why don't we just kind of start with yesterday? Did you go to a football game or anything?
I was at the game working.
Okay. Why don't you start with kind of about the time you left the football game, like got everything wrapped up, just best as you can recall, just kind of walk me through the rest of your evening, okay?
After the football, well, I got to leave early. I left probably 5 minutes after halftime, and I walked home from the dome. I went and said hello to all of my other friends in a different apartment, right next to where I live.
Where do you live? Gotcha.
And I was there for maybe an hour or two.
Okay.
And I went home, and it was about 8:30, and
So when did you get to your apartment?
8:30 p.m. Well, after visiting my friends.
Yeah, so you went and saw your friends, and then you got to your apartment about 8:30.
And none of them were there.
Okay.
It's about 8:30, and we're all here. And there's two here. We all slept. We all went to bed at, like super early at 8:30. We were gonna go to the lodge party, but we just didn't go.
To what party?
There was a lodge party. We didn't make it there. I know that this morning I saw Snapchats of Xana and them there, so I know that they were there.
What can you kind of tell me, what is a lodge party?
A lodge party is it's just like they host, and they have their house is all apartment styles, and then there's a big center, and that's just their lodge. So they just have people come over to the lodge. Pretty much. That's it.
It's just a party.
It's just
no special significance to it.
No.
Okay. So you guys slept. What time did you wake up?
1:30 a.m.
Okay. Okay.
We woke up at 1:30 a.m. We stayed up at our own apartment, just doing nothing. We were watching TV probably till like 3, and then just woke up, and we all hung out for another hour, and then we all went back to bed.
Nothing out of the ordinary between that and that time you guys are awake?
No.
Nothing at all? No phone calls, text messages, nothing like that?
Huh.
Okay. So after you guys went back to bed, what time did you wake up?
This morning?
Yeah.
10:30 a.m.
10:30?
probably around that time.
Okay.
Um,
What did you do the rest of the morning after you?
so called me. I can't recall the time. I could look.
Okay.
You want me to look?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind.
Okay. Called me at 11:51.
Okay.
And said, she is my little, so she called and said that last night around 4 a.m. she heard and saw a man, and she and were locked in their room sleeping, and they woke up, and she wanted me to come over and check the house because she was too scared.
Yeah, so her, you said, I'm sorry,
Yes.
we're locked in the room.
And I was like, okay, I'll
Right.
come over.
No, the 11:51. You said
Yes.
okay. So they saw and heard a man. Did they?
They saw a man last night around 4 a.m.
J13, I know you feel different. I don't understand why they did not call law enforcement. Why did they call all these people? Why did they wait 8 hours? I know there's nothing you can do now. I guess I wasn't in their headspace. But let me tell you something. I've had something happen to me. Okay, and I hid in a closet, right? But as soon as things went down, like the violent crime that happened, I'm not going to get into details because people will go digging in my shit. I got strong. That's me, though. I got strong, and I ran, and I fought. And then I ran again when I heard sirens, and I kept running, even though he was behind me. And I was in my 20s. I don't know. So Emily is a girl that went and checked. So let's get to it.
She saw Kaylee scream and go up the stairs, and
So this is.
mhm.
So she saw a man and then heard Kaylee scream.
Kaylee scream and run up the stairs because she lives upstairs. Kaylee does.
And run upstairs. Okay.
Ran into the room and locked themselves in it. And then, she was screaming their names, and she didn't hear anything. So a while later, she came back out to check, and I guess the man was standing right there staring at her.
Okay, so let me kind of just back up just a hair here, okay?
Okay.
So she said that she saw Kaylee run upstairs and then Kaylee was screaming for.
No, it's just screaming.
Just screaming.
Screaming that she said that there's a man here, there's someone in the house.
Okay, that kind of stuff. This is all right around 4 a.m.
Yeah.
Okay, and then go ahead.
And she opened the door a while later to check, and I guess the man was staring at her, and she didn't know what to do, and the man didn't do anything to her, and she went back into the room, and she heard the side back door close, so she thought that they were gone, so they went to sleep.
Okay.
And called me in the morning to come check out the house.
Said that it was a side door she heard open. Or
Yeah,
sliding
it's
glass door?
on the second floor. It's in the kitchen. It's a sliding door out the back.
And they just went back to bed.
And I also want to make it clear, there's just things that don't make sense, but I wasn't there. I will never come after these kids. Okay. I want people to know that. I don't feel they had anything to do with what happened. Okay. I just want to put that out there. I'm not one of those people.
Did she say why she didn't think to call anybody when it was going on?
I didn't ask her that, but I was just talking to her, and I was like, well, you look about all this stuff, and she said that she almost didn't want to believe it, because she said, A, I was a little drunk, B, I didn't think anything of it because your brain just doesn't make sense of that, because why would it?
Right.
And then I was like, well, do you know, she said that he had some mask on, or you could only see, it was it goes over here and over here. She could really only see his eyes and nose. Yeah, that's all she said about him.
Okay. So then once she called you, then what happened?
She just said, come over, check it out. I was like, okay, I'll be right there. Went over there immediately. I went to the bathroom and we walked over there, and I went upstairs because she said Dana and Ethan were not waking up, and I was up there, and he grabbed me and told me that I didn't want to see it, and so I never went in there. And then the police arrived.
So you were just down? Were you downstairs?
I went upstairs.
Okay.
They were all outside. I went upstairs. Hunter was in their room,
Mm-hmm.
and then he came out and said that he really didn't want to see it. So,
Did you? So actually went in.
yes.
Did you see anything? I mean, when you were walking in there, did you see anything that would have seemed out of the ordinary to you?
Well, they didn't do anything last night, except for the night before they threw a big party. So it was like a mess.
Okay.
But it's always a mess when they throw a party.
That would have been Friday night.
Yes, because it was their normals.
On Friday?
Yes. So, but Santa and Mogan and Kaylee, they're not all in the sorority, neither am I.
Mm-hmm.
But they hosted it for
Okay.
like the pregame before.
Okay, I see. Okay.
Yeah, the only thing, there was a knife on the floor, right? Immediately when I walked in.
So explain to me.
Which, I mean, like, that could be normal, but you walk in, you go up the stairs right here, and then it's the living room. You go down this hallway and it's Anna's room. There was a knife right there on the floor.
Like in front of their room?
In front of, just at the top of the stairs.
Top of the stairs.
Which I don't know why there would be.
What kind of knife? Do you remember?
Like a steak knife. Can I cancel this?
Yes, go ahead. Anything else besides the house being a mess?
No, I didn't really go in further. I just saw the living room. There's, I don't know, the solo cups were on the ground instead of on the table,
Mm-hmm.
which I don't really think they could have been knocked off by something, but.
So did you stay on scene until the officers arrived? Okay. You stay outside?
Yep.
Then I'm assuming you just came here?
Yep.
Did you make any stops in between here and there?
We went to my apartment,
You did?
all of us as a group, to get sweatpants and change of clothes for the other girls that could not go back in.
I see. Yeah. So, I mean, I'm assuming you talked to folks or who would be told that what's going on?
So he can't, I don't know. And my mother is flying back. She moved to recently, so she's flying back. I sent them a text and said, I don't know if you saw the van alert, but I'm safe with the police officers, but I didn't tell them anything. I don't think they've seen it yet, so.
Okay. I mean, it's a weird question, it may not, but who would do something like this?
I couldn't even imagine. I would say absolutely no one. Zana's the most loved person on this campus, so.
Okay. What's Zana's background? I mean, like, what is she? She on any sports teams? On the, I mean, like, what's her involvement on campus?
She did, let's see, what is it called? For business, she's part of that group.
Mm-hmm. Like BPA kind of a deal, or?
It's, I can't remember what it's called. It's Vandal something, for business. She's a part of that team.
You don't have to remember the name of it.
Yeah, but that's about her only involvement.
Okay. And she's a correct?
She was. Me and her are both not anymore.
So has there been any amongst the four of them? Was there anyone that they were having a beef with? Was there any sort of rivalries or stalking behavior or anything that you can think of that someone even just kind of like, yeah, it's weird, I saw this guy, or had a confrontation at the bar, or anything like that you can think of that they have told you?
No, we only really ever hang out with each other.
Okay. So nobody you can think of, huh? So Ethan's in, do you know if they have anything going on with any other fraternities? Did they have did he recently break up with someone or recently get a girlfriend or anything like that?
No. Been with Santa for a while now.
Okay.
No, and we consecutively, like our friend group at least that we have, we're friends with all of the fraternities, so those boys get along with all of our other fraternity friends.
Okay. Okay, so nothing you can think of, huh? Did you said you mentioned that they were out at the lodge party. That was after the football game, right? Do you know if they went anywhere else?
I don't know. I was sleeping. I just saw when I woke up in the middle of the night that they were still at the lodge, around like 1:30. So.
And that was all 4 of them, correct?
I just saw a picture or video of Xana, but that would absolutely imply that Ethan was there with her.
Okay. And you said that was around 1-ish in the
Yeah,
morning?
and I did not see or hear from Kaylee or Morgan the entire night.
Okay.
Not even.
And you saw that video on Snapchat?
Yeah. I can't remember who put it on their story, but.
Okay. Is there anything else you can think of if you want us to know about? Want to tell us?
No, I just can't imagine it. I don't think that there's anything I've ever heard from them recently.
Okay. So going forward, if you want to send your folks a text real quick, let them know that we're going to be taking your phone, so that way they don't try to call you in a panic.
Yeah.
Just let them know that Moscow PD is going to have your phone. And just so you know, we'll get back to you as soon as we can. Okay. We're just going to be looking for stuff that might give us an insight into who would have done this. Okay.
Yep.
Could you imagine having to investigate on a college campus like this? That's crazy. And they seem to be very popular.
Okay. So I'm going to put this on airplane. I'm going to take down your serial number here too. Sure, I can find one on here. Of course, I can so I'll make sure I detail this as good as I can. All right. So. Okay. So in the meantime, obviously you can still log on to your social media on a computer or something. Just do us a favor and obviously hold off from posting anything about this on not that you would, but we want to try to keep the notifications that we have to make through the
Do you know who
progress
sent out the whole message to the entire university?
I have no idea. That's something that campus, that's their deal. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's something we're actually required by law. If there's a threat to campus, it's part of like the whole Title IX and all that stuff. We have to alert folks. So
Have you guys contacted my father?
no, I don't think so. That's why we want to keep
He's in
people.
Pullman in town. He lives in Arizona, but it's her sister's
Parents weekend.
so he's here.
Okay.
And they were supposed to have breakfast, so I don't know. Yeah. She's not answering.
Yeah. Okay. That's usually when something like this happens.
Yeah.
As soon as we get an identification on who the victim is,
Yeah.
we try to send uniformed officers to go find them and tell them. We don't do it over the phone unless it's absolutely necessary. That's one of the reasons I ask folks to just hold off posting anything, because the last thing we want is for people to find out on social media, right? Not that they should ever find out about something like this, but we want to make sure that it's done as proper as we can possibly make it. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're welcome to stay here with your friends while we interview the rest of them. Might not be a bad idea. The campus is going to have a lot of resources for you guys. Okay. Use them. Okay. And you can be the one that helps convince your friends. The guys generally don't take the help as much. Okay. You guys all need to talk through this. And taking off the detective hat for a minute, this is something that's going to take you guys some time. Okay. It's okay to go through the emotions. If you need anything, call us. Okay. We can either get you in touch with resources. We can talk to you ourselves.
Yeah.
This is something that's going to take some time for people to work through. Okay. So just understand that the emotions you guys are feeling it's just what human beings go through, unfortunately. And you guys should never have been put in this position. So take the resources, use it. We have a chaplain here. If you guys want a chaplain, we can get you in touch with him. He's a really, really good gentleman. To be more than happy to talk to you guys. Okay. All right. So I'll walk you out and put this note somewhere here. You have any questions for me? In the meantime, sorry.
It's okay. It's pretty complicated. I don't even know how to pronounce it, honestly.
I was gonna do this. No, who's this? Get them all mixed up. So in the meantime, if you think of anything, think of any weird occurrence that happened, or honestly, the best thing, one of our best resources is the rumor mill, believe it or not. Okay. So if you start hearing the same name of somebody come up, make sure your friends start saying, oh, I heard so-and-so may be involved or heard something else, make sure you get a hold of us. Okay. I'm going to give you just a business card here real fast. This is not my business card. I'm not a captain.
Can I just use like some random phone to call?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
And like I said, we'll try to get your phone back as quick as you can.
Yeah.
This is our campus division captain. Okay. His name's Tyson. Really, really good guy. You can email him. Okay. You can call the non-emergency number. All right. I'll put my name on the back here too, just so you know who I am. If you think of anything at all, and I know, even if it's something like, oh yeah, it's kind of a weird, don't brush it off. Okay. It may be something important. So feel free to get a hold of us. Keep that with you. Okay. Yeah, is it okay if we go through your phone?
Yeah, you guys can do whatever you want with it.
Okay. We'll get back to you as quick as we can. Okay. All right. I'll walk out with you.
All right, on to the next kid. Hold on, please. Okay, we got Snyder. We just did Emily. All right. Why is there no audio? Well, that's weird. Never mind. Okay, we're going to do Kayla. There's one that has no audio. That is so weird. Hope everybody's doing good. Thank you for being here. Appreciate every one of you. Please hit the like or dislike. Become a member. Do it all. Here we go. We turn that up.
You can sit right there. I'm sure you probably, like you said, you remember me from the ASUY Cop Talk. So this is one of my partners, Justin Dean. He's one of the officers here at Moscow PD as well. So obviously, I know you're aware of the stuff that happened this weekend. So we're just talking with people around the campus community and just gathering information at this point. Okay, so. Before we start, I'm just going to grab some simple information from you.
Yes.
And your middle. Perfect. And can you spell your last name for me?
Yeah.
Perfect. And your date of birth?
2002.
2002. Okay. And what is and what is the address of that house?
Like the location?
Yeah. What is it?
Yes.
Perfect. I know I called you, but what is your phone number? Because I don't have it right here off the top of my head.
And then, I don't live at anymore. I live at the at the Whites.
Oh, you live at the Whites? Yes. Okay, which one?
I think.
What apartment number?
On the left.
Perfect. Okay. I appreciate you coming in a lot. Did you have any specific relationships with any of the victims? Are you aware of any of the victims?
Yeah, so I was good friends with Xana since I met her freshman year.
Okay.
And then Kaylee also met her freshman year, talked to her during recruitment. She was like one of my close friends.
Okay.
Just because, in a sorority, like you have like your big and your, And so she was like best friends with my big. So we always like hung out together.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you knew Kaylee and Xana pretty well.
Yeah.
Did you know one of them more better than the other, would you say?
I knew Kaylee.
Kaylee pretty well. Okay. So you guys were friends since about freshman year. Did Kaylee, did she ever hang out or associate with anybody with like violent tendencies or anybody of concern or anything?
No, that's the part that was really confusing when we kind of like read the news, because she usually like stuck to her friend, like her roommates. Like she usually like hung out with like her roommates, like Maddie and everything like that. And if she didn't hang out with them, she would hang out with we call them like the King girls, and they also lived on King Street.
Okay. Are they? So you said? What's your last name? Okay, so that is her last name. Okay.
And then who doesn't live at on King Street, but she's also she hung out with her a lot.
Hung out with Kaylee a lot?
Yeah.
Okay. And now Kaylee, she was correct. She was a part of it.
Yeah, but
Okay.
her best friend Maddie was, and they've been friends for years. So
Okay.
She just kind of
So Kaylee was, and then Maddie was, and then Xana was. Okay, so and then Ethan was. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, the place that they lived at was like, it's considered like a out of house. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So other than those people that they hung out with, do you know, was she ever involved in like doing any illegal substances, like anything that you can think of?
I would probably say just coke probably, but I can't think of like her doing anything else.
Have you actually seen her or heard of her doing that before?
No, but I knew that Xana and yeah, Xana was pretty into it.
Okay.
I would say.
Did you have any follow-up questions on?
So Xana was into coke.
Yeah.
What about Ethan?
I'm not sure about Ethan. I don't know her boyfriend that well.
And these questions, we're not trying to
No, you're totally
make
right.
anyone
Right.
bad. We're just trying to. There's
Yeah.
several avenues. Do you know at that house if they were selling drugs? If there was a lot of people that are selling drugs, or was it just kind of you go to a party and you use kind of thing?
I think it was more of like they would like go out. They would do coke, but they weren't selling.
Okay, so at their residence, it wasn't known as a drug house or anything like that. They wouldn't keep any quantities of coke or Xanax, Adderall, anything like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did Kaylee ever mention to you or anybody, or did you ever hear from anybody? Did she ever like maybe have a stalker or someone she just maybe it didn't seem like a big deal that she, expressed like a concern that maybe came off like jokingly or anything like that?
No, she never mentioned anything to like any of us. Like especially like anyone like in our apartment or to the girls that live on King Street. We just knew. I mean, I don't know. Like we weren't sure, but I don't know if you guys saw the Twitch stream. That was it. Like
You saw that. What did you see in the Twitch stream?
Just like those two guys.
Did you recognize any of those guys?
We did not, but my friend, she actually went to Grub Truck that night with her friend Grace, and they saw Kaylee and Maddie, and they just kind of said that like those guys were just being like weird, I guess.
Did she say anything specific on the names of the guys or?
No, I think they were just two guys that no one recognized.
Okay.
So.
Did she explain why she thought they were weird, or if they did anything, or their demeanor, or?
I think like one of them was just kind of like nudging the other guy to like, oh, like, or those are girls, like go get them or something like that. I would say like talking to like, yeah, my friend about it because she was there during that time.
So she was there while Kaylee and Maddie were there. Did she speak to Kaylee and Maddie at all?
I think she said hi, but I'm not quite sure. Yeah.
And that is, who did you say that was?
She's not on the list yet.
Okay.
And then I think another person that would be good to talk to would probably be was at the bars all night with Kaylee and Maddie at Corner Club, I think.
And what was, sorry, I was writing that down. Who was the other gal you were talking about that was at the Corn Club with them? Okay. And I know I've already asked once, and I'm just going to reiterate and ask again. And there's, I mean, anything that you could think of, or, I mean, Kaylee not, or even any of the victims, I guess, at this point, having any issues with anybody?
I would say Kaylee was like she was very like unproblematic, like peaceful. Like I can't imagine her having like, I don't know, like I can't imagine her like having like someone like with violent like tendencies like around her, just because I feel like she's not that type of person. If anything, like or same thing with like Maddie Mogan, just because like I don't know. I would say like it might be something towards like Ethan and Xana. Like I don't know. Just because like Kaylee's like never mentions like anything.
Okay. And I know you said like all the roommates kind of hung out, stuck together pretty close. Did Ethan and Xana ever associate with people that may be violent or anything?
Like for me, the reason why I would kind of assume is just because like Xana and Ethan like they're more like outgoing people. Like they hung out with like different like friend groups. Like they didn't really stick to kind of like the same friend group. So I don't know. They're just more social.
Okay. All right. Do you have any?
Do you know if Maddie or Kaylee had like a boyfriend recently or an ex-boyfriend? Anyone that they were kind of seeing?
So, Kaylee, let's see, she dated this kid a couple of years. They were high school sweethearts, but is like a really nice person. Kaylee, last time I talked to her, a couple days ago, she was just talking about how, like, obviously once she graduated, like, she was looking for an apartment in Texas, and she met this guy, he was going to be her roommate. I don't know.
From Texas? Like, already down there?
Already down there, yeah.
Okay.
So.
Were her and still together when she was mentioning that to you?
They're broken up.
Okay.
But I think the girls that lived on King Street and them, her ex-boyfriend told them that Kaylee tried calling around during that time, but everything happened.
Okay. During what time?
I think around 3.
3 in the morning. Yeah. Kaylee tried. Which? Okay.
I think that's
and who said that?
The girls that live at King and like.
Okay, so they told you that Kaylee attempted to call sometime around 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, I heard that from. Sorry.
Okay, and then did they ever talk?
I don't think he replied because he probably thought it was some type of like, oh, like, are you up type of call. So
Okay.
he didn't answer.
How do the girls know that she tried to get a hold of him?
I think it's probably because told them, because I know like while this whole thing was like happening, or on Sunday when everyone was trying to figure out like what happened, I'm pretty sure they asked back if he knew anything.
Do you think are you saying like late night call, like to come over kind of
Yeah,
thing? Like
yeah, like a
people who've been together a long time when you break up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
How about Maddie? Did she have a boyfriend that you heard about? Or?
Yeah, so her and this guy, we call him, I think his first name is
A lot of
but he recently graduated and they're still together, or they were still together. It's been almost 2 years, I believe.
So they're still dating, like as of right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think they had any problems, and he's a pretty peaceful lad.
What's he look like?
He's kind of balding. He's on the shorter side.
Like shorter than me. I'm pretty short. 5'8", 5'9".
Yeah, I feel like 5'7".
I'll take that.
But yeah, brown hair, brunette, kind of skinny. I think he lives in Coeur d'Alene. Yeah.
Okay. With the 4 roommates, were any of them closer with one another than the other, or?
Was Maddie Mogan's little.
Okay.
And I feel like, so obviously, like Kaylee and Maddie Mogan were probably like the closest out of like all of the roommates. But if there was anyone else, I would say Maddie Mogan and Becky.
Okay. And you said you said Maddie and Kaylee were the closest?
Yeah.
And is there that lived there as well? You said.
Yeah.
What was she have a boyfriend?
So she has a boyfriend, which I actually knew. He lives in Boise though. His name's yeah.
And what kind of guy have you ever met?
Yeah.
And what is he like?
He's very hardworking. He has epilepsy, and he's really nice. I wouldn't say he's a violent person.
Okay. Were you aware of any sort of issues between roommates? No.
No. Okay. They all got along pretty well from what I heard from Kaylee.
Okay. Were there any, I know they don't, have to be specifically dating. Were there any males that Kaylee would hang out with pretty often, or any pretty close guy friends that she would hang out pretty often or have come over or anything like that?
Let's see. I think she was talking to this guy for a little bit. He's here.
Okay.
But
They were just like talking, like they had a thing, like they weren't like officially dating, or?
Yeah, I think they were just.
Do you know if they were like had a sexual relationship or anything?
Yeah, I think they were just hooking up like there and there. Yeah.
Okay.
Like it wasn't really a thing.
Okay.
Have you seen before?
Yeah.
What's he look like?
Tall. He's brunette. He's serving as like their like right now.
So tall, is that like 6 foot?
Like over 60. Yeah.
Okay. Is he thicker build, skinny,
I'd say medium.
athletic, or just kind of?
Yeah.
Not like he's not like overweight or
No.
or like
super skinny. No.
Okay.
He's just average odd.
okay.
Yeah.
Was there anybody else that she ever mentioned she hung out with or?
Other than that, like I said before, she just kind of like stuck to her friend groups, I would say. So, no, not really, unless she met someone at the bars, which I feel like I can give you more information on that.
Okay. Do you know if she met anybody at the bar that night?
No, we just all kind of heard that there was a guy that got kicked out for being creepy towards Maddie.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, like we haven't heard anything else. Like I don't think she was talking to like any other guy at the bar.
Okay.
Kaylee was at least.
When was the last time you spoke to Kaylee?
The last time I spoke to her was probably at around 5 p.m. on Saturday.
Okay.
So it was like right before, because
Did she say what her plans were, or?
No, they all like came to our apartment just to kind of like hang out and like drink, but then they left to go roam.
Okay. So she came over to around 5 p.m. She came over to your apartment at the Whites.
Yeah, she came over.
Was she with anybody?
She was with all of her roommates and Ethan. So like they all came together. They showed up at I think around 2:33, and they probably left at around like 5 or 6, I would say.
So left between 5 or 6.
Yeah, around that time at least.
I know there was a picture on social media posted of all of them. Was that
was at the apartment?
That was at your apartment that you live at? Okay. Have you spoken to I'm throwing a blank. Have you spoken to them at all?
And I have some classes together, so like we've gotten like close over that. I reached out to her on Sunday, but she didn't reply. So
you haven't spoke to her about the incident at all?
Mm-mm.
Or okay. Do you know anybody who has by chance?
I would probably ask.
Okay.
Because I think her boyfriend was the one that made that call that morning.
Okay. And you said you kept mentioning a couple names. I need several other names. The ones that would be able to give me more information. Is that?
And then I would say Joe, probably.
Okay.
Do you have all their phone numbers?
I have, actually, I think I do.
Okay.
And then.
Are they?
Yes, they're.
Okay. Okay.
Her number.
Okay. Have you been over to their house before?
Yeah.
Okay. Do a lot of people like use their Wi-Fi or anything if they come over? Do you know?
I wouldn't say Wi-Fi, but I just know like they just usually keep like their like doors unlocked, and like everyone kind of like knows where I guess like their like house is.
Okay.
But
Was there a reason why Kaylee being lived with? Is there like rules within like the Greek life of where you live off campus?
no, I believe that her and Maddie Mogan, since like they've been best friends for several years, they just like they've always like talked about living together senior year.
Gotcha.
But I know that like Kaylee, like her freshman and sophomore year friend group, like and everything, like they're still like all like really good friends. Like, yeah, she just wanted to live with Maddie.
Okay. And I know we've, as a department, have trying to gone through the area to like look for cameras or anything in general.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you guys are probably more familiar with that area than we are, because we don't, especially him and I, we don't ever go out there because we're on a specialty division. So are you aware of like any cameras that people have, even if it's like out the window or like anywhere in the whites that would maybe look over to like their side of the apartment?
Let's see. I don't believe so. I just like a lot of us don't really have cameras set up because like we're just
Right.
you know. I don't know.
If you don't know, it's okay. I'm just curious.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Have you seen anyone in that area that seemed out of place or anything? I know there's a lot of kids, a lot of college kids, a lot of people, so you could have friends that come over that aren't usual. But anything that may have stuck out in your mind that was like kind of weird, maybe a vehicle or it's just someone around the neighborhood?
No, but I think when we were at like our apartment, I'm pretty sure someone, I don't remember who, they were talking about how there was just like this random like kid that was like there was a random kid like carrying like a BB gun. I'm not really sure. But we didn't really think much of it. Like I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I know you mentioned like the grub truck and like a Twitch video,
Mm-hmm.
and that there were some gentlemen seen on it.
Yeah.
And you said that you didn't know either one of those individuals. They never looked familiar to you.
No.
And none of your friends said, "Oh, that's so and so," or "That's."
Yeah.
So they've never. Okay.
Like we've never seen them before. No.
Okay. And you, and being you guys, are you pretty familiar with like the? I know you like one of the members said it was a. I mean, you guys pretty familiar with a lot of the members there and everything.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Is there any other questions you have? I can't think of any at this time, but we appreciate you coming in.
Yeah.
Obviously, you seem pretty close to these individuals, specifically Kaylee. So, just know that there's people out here for you, and if you need to talk to anybody or utilize any resources, on campus as well as off campus, even him or I know sometimes it doesn't seem like it, but we're also people that some people try to reach out to talk to. So, we appreciate you coming in and talking to us, especially during all this hard times. And if you learn anything or even something, if you think it's stupid, just feel free to give us a call. Like something little can go a long, long way. So it could be the littlest thing, or if a name gets brought up or you hear something from somebody else, just make sure you express to them that it's important to give us a call and speak with us. So we understand that people are pretty affected by this, and the last thing they want to do is talk to the cops, but we're trying to make sure the community heals from this. So, and do everything we can. So do you have any questions for Justin or myself?
I don't think I do at the moment, but I just wanted to say that I think all of those girls that I gave names out to, I think they all drove home already.
Yeah,
so,
a lot of people have.
Yeah.
We can always reach out on the phone if we need to. I was actually surprised you were still here, to be honest. That's
I'm
the
gonna
first question I
leave.
asked. So, okay. Well, I don't have any further questions for you, or I don't think Justin does either, but thanks again for coming in. We appreciate it. So,
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thanks. You dropped this one, right?
Okay, the takeaway for me in this interview, this is Kaylee's best friend, one of her close friends. They're talking about violence, rugs, I got to be careful how I say things. And stalkers. Those are the takeaways that I got from this interview. All right, let's go to the next one. So that was Kayla. Josie has no audio, so we can't watch that. Okay. Okay, this is Lyndon. These other ones are shorter. The rest, there's like 3 more. Then I want to get into something else. And thank you very much for being here, you and Misty, and making conversation in the chat. I appreciate it.
Hi, my name's Lawrence. Okay. What is your first name? What's your middle initial? And what's your date of birth?
2002.
And what's a good phone number? And what's a good address for you? What are you living
Like
right now?
here?
Yeah. Okay. Is that a frat?
Yeah.
Which one's that? Sorry, I don't know any of that.
That's all right.
Stay inside most of the time. Okay. And I will apologize now for asking weird questions about sororities and fraternities because I just never did that scene. So, what can you tell me? Did you go to the party?
No, I slept through that.
Okay.
I was sleeping at the Whites with Joe. Crashed pretty early, and then we were up. We got back up around really early in the morning, like 2, 3.
What time did you guys crash, roughly?
8 maybe.
Okay.
And then, sorry.
No, you're good.
Woke up around that time that happened.
Okay.
And yeah.
What help me, for somebody that doesn't know the layout of the sororities, where's the Whites compared to where Dylan and them live?
The Whites is like, let's say, what's that street that so here's the White's apartment maybe.
Okay.
Like that's like the 2 apartment complexes.
Right.
And I was like up here. And the other house is like back here.
Do you access that off of a side road or does it come through the parking lot?
You go like the parking lot, you go right here.
Okay.
You go walk through there.
Football field distance? Okay.
Yeah.
Distance.
I'd say so.
Okay. And that's Joe's apartment?
Yeah, Joe's apartment.
Gotcha. Okay.
We both live there.
Okay. So you guys woke up about that time. What woke you up at that point?
What woke us up?
Yeah. What's did you
Just
have?
woke up.
Okay.
I don't really know.
What'd you do at that point?
We were just hanging out in the living room.
Yeah.
Just talking. And then we were up till probably about almost 5.
Yeah.
And then went back to bed. And then we woke up in the morning. I said probably around 9. Maybe earlier. I'm not really sure. I didn't sleep much.
Yeah.
But and then came into the room.
Okay.
And then I think, and she sounded pretty scared. She said there was somebody in her house last night. They ran downstairs and locked themselves in a room because she saw somebody in her house and she could only see his nose and his chin or something like that.
Okay.
And then she was freaking out. She wanted us to go over there. So we got her stuff and went over there.
So you and Joe at the house didn't go to the same?
No.
Right? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
They also didn't go to the guy, right?
I don't think so, no.
So when was nine in the morning ish? When was the time before that you saw?
I was up with and Jack at 3.
So that you were hanging out with the girls at that point?
Yeah.
Was Hunter there?
Yeah, he was sleeping in the bed.
Okay.
Or he was at his apartment, I'm not sure. I remember being there though.
Okay. And then obviously knows girls, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is she part of that or is she in a different sorority? Is she in her sorority right now?
Yeah.
She is, okay.
Well, I think she might have dropped, but she's still technically, or maybe not technically.
Okay. Beth. Okay. So you woke up, Emily and Hunter are there. Normal?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then and
In the morning.
And that was what time-ish?
Maybe around 10-ish.
Okay. And then you guys went over to the house. Did you all drive in the same car?
We walked.
Walked.
Because it's really close.
That's not that, yeah. That was my bad. Trying to kill the environment by driving. So what happens when you get to the house?
Ran out, or they were crying, walking out, and I got there before us.
Was he with you guys left the apartment at the same time, or?
Yeah, he went ahead of us.
Okay.
He was, I think, really concerned.
Gotcha.
And we got there, and I was inside, and everyone was crying, and then I went into the downstairs door, but I didn't go up the stairs because it was up there too. And said, "Don't come up here, you don't want to see this."
Okay. How well do you know, did you know Ethan?
Not well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just knowing of him kind of thing through the girls.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever talk about Xana or Maggie or Kaylee? Maddie, sorry.
What do you mean?
Did she ever talk just about them having boyfriends, anything like that? Did she know Xana? And
yeah,
so
no, they're really close friends.
Right. So do you remember them talking about anything like boyfriends that are being assholes?
No.
Are you hearing what law enforcement is saying? They are pointing to Xana. Do you hear? They're always asking about Xana and Maddie. I don't know if anybody's noticed that or not, but I have.
Guys maybe at work that are being assholes, anything like that? Okay. Have you seen or heard anything on social media popping up?
No.
Okay.
My phone died.
Understood. My camera's about to do the same thing, so. Okay. Is any of the girls that you know of having kind of stalking history or anything like that from guys in the past?
Not that I know of.
Okay.
I did hear Dad say something about like a month ago there was like a guy stalking her or something like that. I think you might want to talk to her about that.
Okay. Okay. Anything else that I need to know that you can think of?
Not that I can think of.
Okay. And being 100 yards or ish away, did you hear anything? And did you hear anything? Fireworks?
No.
Backfires? Okay. All right, man. Obviously, if you think of anything, let us know. I've been telling everybody that you guys have the crisis center on campus. My recommendation would be not to wait until you think you need it. As a cop that sees a lot of bad stuff throughout my career, I've learned that if I wait, usually it's too late. Take advantage of those. Go talk to somebody, even if it's just, hey, not being able to sleep or whatever it is. Those things are huge as far as values to helping out. So don't think that you got to power through anything like this. If you have any kind of sleeplessness, lack of appetite, anything like that, go talk to somebody. All right. It's just not worth it to do that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to go see if it's out there again. Check on her again. Anything else that you think I need to know?
I don't think so.
All right. All right. Come on.
All right, let's get to the other kid. All right. Oops. This is an interesting one, so I'm going to hold off on Molly. Okay? We'll get to Molly at a different time because I have some things, other things to show of her, and it's going to take time. So we're going to, do a little Molly segment. Okay? Because the interview with her is 1 hour and 25 minutes. And it's interesting because she gets in some trouble. There's an arrest video and a bunch of other shit. All right, this is Peyton Rossi. Hold on, please. Hi, Kentucky Dog. How you doing? Thank you, everybody, for being here with me. We're going to get to some good stuff here in a minute. We got 2 more interviews, and they're short ones. And there's 2 different Peytons. Look at this guy eating. Yeah, feed him my face. Feed him my face. Oh, here we go.
All right. I'm just gonna get some basic information about you real fast. Before we get started here. How's your day going? Scared. What is your middle initial? Perfect.
Yes, sir.
You related in California?
My grandparents lived there for a while.
Really, with Clark?
I think it was like San Jose Dispo, I want to say.
Okay. I went my high school shop teacher, his last name, but I lived up in Northern California. So
Gotcha.
Sweet. And are you the president right now of?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sweet. What is the address? Perfect. What's your date of? I know I called you. What's your phone number? Yeah, I was one of the guys that just did the cop talks. You probably remember me. So
yeah.
Cool. Can you just walk me through just your night
Sure.
on, let's see, so today's Monday the 14th. So like the night of the 12th, which is Saturday, like going into the 13th, which is early Sunday morning.
Yeah. So Saturday I went to a house party.
Okay.
A tree house. I ran into. I'm sure you know her.
So you said it was a what party? Tree house party?
Yeah, like a house party. The house is like called Tree House.
Oh, okay, where's that at?
It's like right next to the white apartments. It's like a little house like right next to it.
Okay.
Just like down the hill from that park.
Do you know the address of it or no?
I don't.
Okay. Is there a certain sorority that
Yeah.
with
I believe.
Okay.
I think so. In there.
Okay. So you went to a party there?
Yes, sir.
Do you remember what time about?
I think I left around 10 or 11.
You left.
I left Treehouse around 10 or 11. We were there pretty early, just watching the football game.
Okay, what time did you get there at? I know, ballpark estimate.
Probably close to like the end of the third quarter of the football game, so probably like.
Oh, the Vandal game?
Yeah. Like
Okay.
I don't know, 6:30.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Okay. And you said you left there around like 10?
10 or 11, I want to say. And then I came home and watched a movie.
Came back in home.
Yeah, yes, sir. Watched a movie with my roommate, and then my buddy and his girlfriend.
What, which roommate is that?
His name.
Okay.
He's
perfect. You said?
Yes, sir.
How do you spell that? Say the last ones again. Last letters. Okay. Okay. So it was Connor and who else? Okay.
And then his girlfriend.
I'm sure you don't know last name.
I believe it's. I think.
When you were at the house for the party, were you with anybody in particular, or?
Oh yeah, I mean there's a lot of fraternity sorority guys, or sorority girls, fraternity guys just there hanging out.
Was it all or?
No. Like I said, I saw her there, and she's a.
Okay.
I saw her boyfriend there too.
Who's her boyfriend?
I think his name's.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. And she was there with.
Yeah, I'm not sure on the guy's actual name.
Oh, it's okay, but it's her boyfriend.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So you just saw her just at the party?
Yeah, no, me and her talked for a while. Me and her are pretty good friends.
Okay.
That's kind of how I found out about Xana. So.
Okay. Was it the only gal that was there?
That I noticed.
That you noticed? Okay. Okay, so you said you came back between 10 and 11. You were watching a movie with your and his girlfriend, and then what happened after that?
I went to bed, and then I ended up going and picking up 3 seniors from the club around 2, I want to say.
Okay. You remember what time you went to bed?
Probably like right after, probably like 2:30, 3.
Okay. Did you go to bed before you picked them up or no?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay, so you watched a movie, you went to sleep, then you got a phone call?
Yeah, I was laying in bed, and then like we usually have a sober driver,
Right.
For like nice weekends and stuff.
Yep.
And one of our freshmen got pulled over, kind of went off with a warning. He wasn't like driving his own car.
Right.
So he just came home and told him, "Don't worry about rides or anything. Like for the rest of the night, I don't want you to get in trouble or anything."
Right.
And then
So you kind of took over that role for the night then?
yeah, I just picked up just from the club.
You said?
Yeah.
And who else?
Just those 3, sir.
Sorry. And who else?
No,
Okay. And they're all.
yes, sir.
Okay, you picked them 3 up at the club?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then what happened when you picked them up from the club?
I just drove them home and dropped them off.
Did you guys all leave the vehicle together to go back in the house, or did anybody?
They live at an outhouse. Sorry, I should have been clear.
Okay, where do they live at?
They live at a place called. It's on King Street.
Okay.
It's right across from. I guess like when you pull into that, like there's like that small little street and that cul-de-sac kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like it's the white house on the right.
So they kind of live by the cul-de-sac.
Yeah, it's like.
So if you pull onto King Road.
If you pull onto King Road.
Yep.
You see like houses, those apartments, and then that little like breakaway street, like where you can turn left. And
Onto Queen.
Right.
Yeah.
And then so they live like right past that on the left on King Road, just like past where you turn left, you just keep going straight and they live in the back like corner. Right
Okay, so kind of closer to the cul-de-sac.
Yeah.
Okay. And you dropped all 3 of them off?
Yes, sir.
Okay, did they say like what they were going to do or anything? Did you see them like go inside?
Yeah, I saw. I mean, they were going inside. I didn't really think of
think of it too much. I just kind of reversed down and drove back home.
Okay, and you said that was around what time?
Yeah, I can see when, because I called. I can see what timestamp that is. Trying to make it a little more. I just don't want to give you the wrong time.
No, you're good, bro. Thanks, man.
Yeah, I called to pick him up at 1:49.
And which was it? Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll say, so you called him at 1:49?
Yeah, just to let him know that I was at the club very ready to pick him
Okay.
up, and then I dropped him off. So I probably was back home by 2:15, 2:30.
What club was that?
The corner club.
Okay. So at 1:49. Okay. Did any of them say anything or mention if they were with anybody, or you just basically picked them up and dropped them off?
I just picked them up. It just kind of sounded like they were the last people that didn't get a ride. So when I told the freshmen to like just hold off on giving rides, I guess they were just kind of the ones that got stranded. So that's why I got them.
Gotcha. When you picked them up, were they with anybody else?
No.
Okay.
No, just those. I just took those 3 guys.
Okay, and then you dropped them off. They got out of your car, and then. Okay.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that
No,
worth noting or anything?
Not that I can think of, sir. No.
Okay. Okay. Was there a lot of parties going on off of King and Queen that night? You know.
Honestly, not that I know of.
Yeah.
I know there's like a couple different fraternities and sororities that all
Right.
work King, so I don't really know exactly
Right.
what all of them are doing.
But not anything you specifically noticed that night, though.
No, I was only at Treehouse, and I was by the time I left, there was like 4 people left at Treehouse.
Okay.
So, and after that, nobody I knew.
Okay.
Anybody was riding parties besides the guys that were 21 just at the bar.
Okay. Do you have any questions for me or anything worth saying or anything?
I'm personally kind of just like scared and
right.
Saying I was one of my friends.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear about that, by the way, man. So it's definitely
just
not something normal and easy to comprehend.
Yeah,
So
I don't think hit me completely up, but you guys are saying like there's no like immediate threat on campus, which is I just don't really understand like how that's possible if there's some guy in custody or there's no suspect.
right. Yeah. So we're still trying to do the best we can to put everything together. So, but as of right now, yeah, that I would say that's an accurate statement. So, just know obviously you have resources out there. I know the Greek life community is not extremely big, and a lot of people know each other and hang out with each other. So, I mean, talk to one another.
Yeah.
Be there, especially as a leader. Like,
yeah.
Did you hear what that kid just said? His statement. That was sad because you know what? The families, not even the community, none of these students got any hows and whys this happened. They didn't get any of that from the prosecution. Nothing from Bryan. That's sad that kid said that.
be there for your dudes. Like this is just not something that people go through, right?
Yeah.
This is Moscow. Like anything can happen anywhere, but Moscow's a relatively extremely safe community, as you know. You've been here for a minute, so just utilize the resources on campus and your brothers and stuff like that. If you hear anything or anything worth noting, like anything can help out at this point. Okay, so
yeah, I've been trying, but I don't know.
Okay,
I hadn't talked to Zana for a couple weeks.
Okay,
so I just
okay.
I know that there's a lot of my guys in my house that plan on going home today.
Okay.
I'm gonna kind of stick around. I think I'm planning on leaving tomorrow if that's okay. Like
You do whatever you want, man. Yeah, you're not obligated to stay here. I just
wanted to make sure if there's another, if you guys need anything else.
Yeah, I could just give you a call if anything. But yeah, if there's anything that you end up hearing or something, anything, like even if you're like, yeah, whatever, like just you can always give me a call or any one of us a call.
Okay.
But yeah, man, that's all I really have for you. I appreciate you coming in and taking the time out of your day, especially with everything else going on. So, all right, bro.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. Take care. You can go out that door right there. That'll go right out to the hallway. Okay. Thanks. Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Oops. Okay, we're gonna get to the Peyton, the other Peyton Campbell. Yeah, I'm sure they were, but nobody got any answers of why this happened, how this happened. Nothing. They got nothing. And I bet you they have even more questions now. And everything's just, yeah, sad. Last one.
That is not a problem. I could just talk to you here on the phone. So, can you, did you have any special relationships with any of the victims or anything?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I was really good friends with Kaylee.
Okay.
She was a year older than me. We were in the same chapter together, and we're pretty good friends.
Okay, so you guys were both 80?
Yes. Yeah, and then I also I knew Xana pretty well as Ethan, just from kind of the community, and I met Xana like pretty early on in my first week of college.
Okay. Are you a junior?
Yes, I am.
Okay, cool. So do you know of anybody, I know you said you were pretty close to Kaylee. Do you know of anybody that she may have associated with that could potentially have violent tendencies or be violent in any way?
No, I don't. I can't think of anyone.
Okay. And this question is, I mean, we're not trying to say people did this or did that. We're just trying to put the pieces of the puzzle together, just with everything that's going on. Was Kaylee ever involved in any like drugs, or do you know if she ever like partied with drugs or anything?
Not to my knowledge. I know that was, something that kind of like that has happened and stuff. I've never personally heard or seen anything related to Kaylee, if that makes sense.
What about any of the other roommates that were in the house?
No, not them personally. I know that like is something that does happen kind of like in this environment, or it has happened, but not them personally.
And you mean,
I'm
talking about like just stuff that happens, like people that like just party with drugs?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't know, like I don't know anything of them personally.
So you've never seen Kaylee do coke or marijuana or any sort of, Xanax or any sort of party drug? You've never like seen or heard her do any of that stuff before?
No, I've never seen her. No.
Okay.
Not
and what about Xana or Ethan or Maddie or any of the others?
No, not personally. No.
Okay.
Like I said, I know that like is something that is probably like in the same environment, but no, not them personally.
Okay. Do you know if drugs were ever being sold out of that house at all by any chance?
No.
Okay. When was the last time you spoke or saw Kaylee?
I saw her when she was at Grub Truck with Maddie and with her and Maddie.
Okay.
I spoke to Kaylee when she was like after she had ordered, when she was waiting for her food.
Okay. And how was Kaylee's demeanor at that time?
She was good. She we kind of just had a light conversation, just like about weird, but she seemed really happy. Her and Maddie were laughing.
Okay. Did they say what their plans were after they were at the Grub Truck, like where they were going or anything?
No, they didn't. No.
Okay. Did you said you spoke to Maddie too, or was just Maddie just kind of there?
No, I saw Maddie. I didn't have a conversation with her. She just was standing like with Kaylee.
Okay.
I only actually had a conversation with Kaylee.
Okay. Did they seem intoxicated at all, or?
I didn't ask, but I think a little bit. And I know that she had come from the club. I think my friend also told me she was there with her, but not anything like extremely where she was not able, like she didn't know where she was. So she like
nothing out of the normal.
Coherent. Like yeah, she wasn't like stuttering on her words or anything like that.
Okay, so she wasn't like stumbling or slurring her words or
No,
like not
wasn't.
making sense or anything like that.
No, yeah, she was like coherent, like understood what she was. She wasn't like slurring or stumbling over her words at all.
Okay. And did they come to the Grub Truck with anybody else?
I didn't see them show up to Grub Truck because I came after she was there. She had alreed ordered by the time that I was there.
Okay, so you showed up after her?
Yes, I showed up afterwards,
Okay.
and I only spoke to her for a little while. But I did watch I watched back just to see in the video, because there's like a security kind of video at the Grub Truck.
Are you speaking about the Twitch stream?
Yeah.
Okay, and what did you see on that?
I saw that someone kind of had showed up at the same time as her. I just tried to look back to see if it was someone that I recognized, because I didn't see anyone that I recognized standing with Maddie and Kaylee when I spoke to them.
Okay.
But I didn't recognize. It kind of looks like someone had showed up with them, but I didn't recognize them.
Okay, so you don't know who that individual was?
No, I don't.
Okay, you've never. Did anybody say they recognized him?
No, we were all trying, like, some of my friends and I were speaking on it and trying to figure that out, because my friend who was with Kaylee at the club said that there was someone that was, like, kind of concerning, but she didn't know who he was, and so we weren't able to figure out who that was.
Okay, so your friend that was at the club with Kaylee and Maddie said that there was someone concerning at the club as well, the corner club?
Yeah. This is all just information that I heard from her. She said there was someone that was kicked out or was a cause of concern. Like, someone was concerned because he was kind of being creepy towards Maddie.
Okay.
But I never, like, saw that, and that was all I heard.
Okay.
Because I was not present at the club.
Right.
With them.
And which friend was that said that to you?
Her name was Bryan. I believe she may have spoke or was sent, or I don't know.
Okay.
I spoke to her earlier.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So you last saw Kaylee at the grub truck. So you said you showed up after her. She was already waiting for her food. What happened after she got her food?
I didn't exactly see, like, what direction. I kind of just saw her and Maddie start kind of, like, walking off in the direction towards her house. So kind of, like, back towards campus.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see if she crossed the street or anything like that. She kind of, like, went out of my view.
Okay.
And I started talking to my friend, but yeah, she was, like, heading in that direction of campus.
Okay. Did you see anybody, like, follow her or say anything to her or anything?
I didn't when I was there, that I can remember. I was a little distracted by that point and just kind of waiting for my food. But I did in the video see someone, like, kind of walk in the same direction that they did after she left. But I don't remember watching him walk off when I was there.
Okay. Okay. Do you know of any like boys or anything that Kaylee may have hung out with?
Not really. I know, obviously, Ethan. I really don't know. I'm sure there's probably a lot of, like, I saw her earlier in the day, just, like, with a bunch of friends, but I don't know, like, anyone that she personally hung out with.
Okay. And do you know of any, like, of her ex-boyfriends or anything?
Yeah, I know she had an ex-boyfriend that went to U of I at some point, but from my knowledge, they were on pretty good terms.
Okay. And what about Maddie?
I don't know about ex-boyfriends. I wasn't super close to Maddie, but I do know that her boyfriend went to U of I and graduated.
Okay. And do you know his name or?
It's escaping me at the moment.
If you don't know it off the top of your head, it's okay.
I know I've met him before. I just can't remember his name at the moment. I'm sorry.
Okay. Was there anybody that Xana or Ethan may have hung out with of concern?
Not anyone that I can think of. No.
Okay. Is there anybody that you can think of concern or anything like that?
Not off the top of my head, no. I was trying to think of. I was with Xan and Ethan earlier, and there was never anyone that was cause for alarm.
You were with them earlier in the night?
Yes, I was earlier that day.
And where were you guys at?
I was with Xan and Ethan, Maddie, and Kaylee kind of earlier at an apartment. It was my friend's apartment. We were with quite a few people.
Okay, you know where that apartment is?
Yeah, it's on. I actually don't know the name of the road, but
Does
it's
it have
called
a
the White
nickname?
Apartment.
The Whites?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah. We were just kind of hanging out with all our friends and stuff, and I was there with Xana and spoke to her and spoke to Kaylee.
Okay.
And there's never anyone of concern that was there. It was all people that we knew
Okay.
that were with us. There was never anyone that we didn't know.
Okay. Do you have anything? Okay. Well, I appreciate you giving us speaking to me.
Yeah, I'm sorry I didn't have that much information.
Nope. But any information right now is helpful for us. So, yeah, if you ever have any more questions for myself or just in general, you can always, or if there's something that you end up learning that you think is important to share, even if you don't, or if you don't think it's important, either way, you can always give us a call and share that information with us. Something that you may think is little might go a long way for us. So, okay.
Yeah, I will do that.
All right. Well, try to enjoy your Thanksgiving break, and thanks again for chatting with us for a little bit.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Have a good one.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Sorry, I was grabbing a pop. What do you think? Okay, get through all that. Hold on. Okay. Is anybody into the spirit world? Okay, I'm going to go somewhere with this. Where is it? Hold on. All right. Yes. The spirit world. Okay, so we're going to check out Sloan Bella. 2 years ago, she did a reading, or whatever you call it. It says a year ago, but it's actually, let's see. She did this like 2 years later. I know it was 2 years. So this is her. Let me see exactly. Do they show the dates? It was 2024. It was 2024. And here you go.
Hi, everyone. I'm Sloan from Sloan.
We're going to listen to what she has to say. There we go.
Ella.com, and I am back with another energetic channeled video. This has been a super requested video since the event date, which was November 13th of 2022. I'm talking about the Idaho 4, as they have been nicknamed in the media. The 4 college kids, students who were murdered in the middle of the morning or early morning on November 13th of 2022, and the 2 remaining roommates that survived and were able to walk away in the physical. I've been extremely hesitant to do this video because of the content of feeling that energy. And all week I've been directed to do the video, and I have gone in a multitude of directions. This is not one thing that had these kids killed. This is not like crazy guy in jail stalking them, wanting to kill them because he has a murder fantasy. That's what they want you to think, or that's what is being presented and or projected. This is multifaceted. This was a trifecta. There are at least 3 different groups, organizations, or focuses going into the murders, and each person that was murdered for a different reason. That includes being a distraction as to why you would kill 4 people. It's not as it appears. It is integral. It involves university, 3-letter organizations, all kinds of things in a succession of a energy that's coming at one time, and they are pushing it. It even involves humanizing human weaponizing. Okay, so the weaponizing of a human brain, which is the case of Bryan Kohberger, the person.
I'm telling you guys, she's good. Okay. She don't do cases like are high profile or anything. Like all the others do. I mean, she didn't want to do this one because it was so gory. Hi. Okay, here we go. I can't remember what I was going to say.
That they have in jail currently. So I had to look up the birthdays of everybody, obviously, and also the chart for approximately 4 a.m. on the morning of the 13th, which almost identically sun in Scorpio and moon in Cancer, the same as the accused killer. Okay, so, and I did a 6 a.m. chart for him, obviously, because I don't have a time of birth. I can't find a time of birth. But what I found even more interesting is at the time that Bryan Kohberger was born. Okay, so he was born on November 21st of 1994. There was a penumbral eclipse that happened. I believe it was on the 18th of November of that year, and it hit the axis of Scorpio Taurus. Okay, so he has a Scorpio sun and a Cancer moon. That's as far as I could go into his chart. I didn't even bother looking at the rest. I looked at the aspects. I can see how somebody would think the way he thinks and be the way that he is, totally. And Scorpio rules sex, death, and transformation, makes perfect sense to me. But also on a karmic level, that eclipse precipitated his birth. Now, the murders, the same eclipse happened, but the nodes were flipped. North node in Taurus, south node in Scorpio. And then that was on the 8th of November of 2022. So we have the same energy. That's what involved him. Like in my head, I was like, wow, snap, click. There was a click there. And I don't have, obviously I don't have both specific charts. I did run 4 a.m. on the day of the murders just to put the energy in. And it was Scorpio, Sun, Cancer, Moon. And I was like, whoa, that's interesting. The other kids, now, as I said, Ethan, or I don't know if I said it, maybe in my head I said it, Ethan has a time of birth listed online. I don't know if it's accurate. He was one of 3 triplets and he was the firstborn, and it's stating October 28th of 2002, 4:43 p.m., Seattle, Washington, which gives him a Taurus rising, okay? 58-second Taurus rising, which means he would be affected by the eclipse, the lunar eclipse, the blood moon, prior to the murders, okay? He would be, and I suspect they all have something in their chart, Scorpio or Taurus. If I knew the times of birth, this would be great. I don't. So we have Kaylee, and she is a June 8th of 2001. We have Xana, and she is a July 5th of 2002. Then we have Madison, or Maddie, and she is a May 25th of 2002. Now, Bethany, one of the surviving roommates, they suggest that she has an April birth date, same age group, same age.
Okay, we need to talk. Okay, hello, astrology, numerology, and like. This is Sloan Bella, and she's amazing. Yeah, thank you. I gotta share her channel. Oh my god, how rude of me. Isn't she pretty? But she's been on back in the day she was on Montel Williams. She's been on TV. She's been on TV. Okay. I'm not going to say, remember I said I'm not accusing any of the kids of anything. Now listen to what she says about Bethany. There's another guy. I'm going to ask him if I could go through his video, because some people you don't know, they just like to give you a strike, right? So I want to be careful and ask him if I can review his video, because he brings up Bethany. Yeah, she's never changed her hair. It's always been like that. All right, let's continue. No spamming in the chat.
Group, but they say April. That could be Aries or Taurus. I'm going to say it's probably Taurus because of those eclipses. Okay, so it's probably Taurus. I could find nothing, okay, nothing on Dylan. No birth date, no suggestion of a birth date, nothing. Okay, so when they hide birth dates online, I should be able to find a birth date somewhere. Somebody, some school, some book, something. Nothing has been posted to a birth date that I could find. So no birth date on that. Now, here's what I feel happened.
Holy crap, did you hear that? There is no birthday posted anywhere that she could find on Dylan. I didn't know that.
The night that this happened or preceding this, because it's a projection of things. So I want to talk about Bryan Kohberger to begin with, because I feel that he was there. I'm not disputing that. I feel like he was there. I feel like he was known to everybody in that house. Known peripherally, known through a friend of a friend, known. Okay. I don't feel like he was somebody that they didn't know. I feel like somebody in that house absolutely knew him. I also, from the energy of Bryan, feel like the connection to him is a weaponized human mindset. Weaponized. He was clicked into action. I don't know if this happens outside of what we know on Earth and is a spiritual element to it, or I actually feel that he was and is a weaponized human being. So I feel these ideas were projected onto him, and he was placed in that area very specifically to cause distraction. There are a multitude of things going on, and I don't even think that his brain understands what's going on. I'm not saying he's not guilty. What I'm saying to you is there is a succession of events, and there is multiple reasons for those people being murdered, not just one, and not just one person, and not just one group of people. This is a complete trifecta, a perfect trifecta of 3 different organizations. My mind was going everywhere. Okay. Speaking to me, I had trouble sleeping. My mind was going absolutely over here, over there, trying to feel the energy. I heard Kaylee say very strongly, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. And I was trying to ask her, what are you sorry for? Because I don't think she had anything to do with it. I think she spoke out of turn to somebody that she thought was a friend of hers. And this is a guy, not a girl. I feel like she was in the acquaintance.
Okay, that's interesting. So I think what people are getting at, and I'm not sure, that those kids see more than what they're saying, and they're afraid. One of my kids was born a couple minutes before midnight. So what she's saying is Kaylee said, I'm sorry to a guy. That's interesting. I figured it would have been to Maddie. I don't know. Let's continue. No spamming in the chat.
Of somebody who she did not know was connected to the group that she was speaking about. And I feel like that tripped her up. I don't feel like she knew, or she read it, or she could see it. So I feel like she came into the proximity of one of the 3 different people, different circumstances, different groups, if you want to put it like that. One of the 3 different groups that was focused on removing the people in that house from what they did. I also then whipped right over to Dylan, and there is a complete mask over her energy field. I cannot read her for the life of me, and she is not who she presents herself to be. I will tell you that. I feel like it's a complete inversion. It's completely inverted. It's not as she presents herself. Now, this could be self-preservation. I don't deny that. But I can't get a fix on the energy because she projects outwardly something that she isn't. Okay, I can tell you that much. That doesn't mean anything. A lot of people do that. So what I saw with her is that when the person walked in the house, okay, so when the person walked in the house, the person she describes in a mask, I feel like she saw them walking in the house. So when she says she saw them leaving, I believe she saw that as well. But I think she left out the part where she saw them walking in the house and opened the door, and they walked right by her. And I do feel like they saw her. So there's some kind of recognition there because they saw her. Whatever the recognition is, why ever they did.
Isn't that crazy? Anybody have a comment? There's a video using technology to hear a conversation, and a female says, I'm sorry, to a guy. It was picked up on cameras. And I'm getting ready to. Wasn't she? She was talking about Bethany, wasn't she? Am I on the wrong person? Hold on. Shit. Sorry. Okay, shit. Okay, let's continue. Let's continue. No spamming in the chat.
Was focused on removing the people in that house from what they did. I also then whipped right over to Dylan, and there is a complete mask over her energy field. I cannot read her for the life of me, and she is not who she presents herself to be. I will tell you that. I feel like it's a complete inversion. It's completely inverted. It's not as she presents herself. Now, this could be self-preservation. I don't deny that. But I can't get a fix on the energy because she projects outwardly something that she isn't. Okay, I can tell you that much. That doesn't mean anything. A lot of people do that. So what I saw with her is that when the person walked in the house, okay, so when the person walked in the house, the person she describes in a mask, I feel like she saw them walking in the house. So when she says she saw them leaving, I believe she saw that as well. But I think she left out the part where she saw them walking in the house and opened the door and they walked right by her. And I do feel like they saw her. So there's some kind of recognition there because they saw her. Whatever the recognition is, why ever they didn't kill her, there is a reason. There is acknowledgement there. I think she opened the door and went, oh shit, and shut the door. Okay. This is prior to what happened. She either caught the back end of them or caught it right on the way by. I don't feel like Bethany saw any of that, but I feel like Bethany knows exactly what was going on, but maybe during what was going on. Obviously, if you hear sounds like that, and I'm really hesitant to believe that they did not hear the sounds of people being murdered. I'm pretty sure you heard them. That house, I'm pretty sure you heard them. I can hear a creak in my house. I mean, there's no way you didn't hear them. You may have tuned it out. You may not have wanted to deal with it, but there's no way you can't hear that. That house was not that big, and it seemed like it was pretty actually run down or not really sturdy. It wasn't like a mansion with 75 rooms. So I got the distinct feeling that both the surviving roommates actually did hear what went on. I am also seeing Kaylee and Madison at some kind of establishment, bar, restaurant, whatever. I see them talking, they're eating something. So it could be like at a bar stool. It's a table, not a booth table. They're sitting there talking, and who?
Wow, isn't that something? They were at that bar. I want to see when that, oh my God. They were at the corner hub or corner bar. And they were standing, those one tables you got to stand next to? Holy crap. Just be careful what you say about this. A woman lost her career because she was stupid enough to continually say, I know, that's that TikTok girl. They were. That's crazy. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna find the video, the surveillance footage or surveillance, whatever, CCTV. Oh my God, that's crazy.
Madison at some kind of establishment, bar, restaurant, whatever. I see them talking, they're eating something. So it could be like at a bar stool. It's a table, not a booth table. They're sitting there talking, and who they're talking to is a turncoat or a Benedict Arnold or a person who is setting them up, getting information about when they're going home, what they're going to be doing. I feel like the girls were talking to the enemy without knowing it was the enemy. Now, what do I mean by that? You're thinking, who wants to kill young girls, right? Besides a sexual pervert, which is where this case is going when they focus on Bryan Kohberger. They focus on, he's like on the spectrum, he's OCD, and he is a Scorpio. They do stalk people. I mean, that's just factual. They do it for fun. Scorpio rising, Scorpio moon, whatever. Scorpio sun, they can't help themselves. They rule that part of the chart. They also make great detectives, okay? So they will research. I feel like Bryan was called in to the house after the fact or during the fact to follow up on the fact. That's actually what I think. I realize he was there, but I'm trying to feel what he's doing. And it feels like I'm cleaning up behind somebody. I'm cleaning up. Okay. So it looks a little bit, and I'm not apologizing for him. I don't even want to hear that in there. I'm telling you what I'm feeling, and I don't have to feel what is written in the newspaper. That's not how psychic works. That's not how mediumship works. That's not how energy reading works. And I'm getting really amped up with it. I hear Kaylee again saying, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I hear Xana talking to her mother. I'm hearing that there's something going on with her mother in the next 5 months where the mother either has to have surgery or some kind of medical issue.
Okay. And if you guys remember at this time with her mom, she was in jail because of her use of drugs. And then she went to prison. But I don't know. Actually, I don't know where she was at that exact moment. Maybe she was in treatment. I don't know. I don't know. Sad, very sad.
And Xana is saying, it's okay. I'm okay. Like she's saying it. You don't have to do this. You don't like, it's hard to believe. It's hard to believe, but that's what I'm hearing. So Xana is very focused on her mother, very focused on that. I'm feeling like everybody was killed slightly differently, as in there were different weapons used. I'm going to word it like that. So one may not actually be a knife. It may be something else. It may be a sharp edged thing. What was so interesting is when I was trying to feel the energy, was thinking of people that sharpen weapons, like other kinds of things like ski poles and stuff, and they sharpen it where it could look like a knife or stick somebody like a knife. So I was thinking of that. That tells me it's not just a knife. I feel there was fighting. I also feel the phone call was made. The people were sent out. The cleaner came into the house. The people were sent out. There's somebody scooping up paperwork or looking for information in the house. Now, I don't know how much paperwork anyone keeps in those like fraternity houses or sorority houses or on-campus houses, but I'm feeling like they were looking for something in particular. I also feel like a call was made at about 11 o'clock the night prior on the 12th, and everything was set into motion then. It was set into motion. It's going forward. Now, I feel like this is connected to something so much more than like, I'm pissed off at you, I'm a psychopath, I'm coming to kill 4 random people. That house was being watched. They were being stalked. Everybody in that house was being watched, okay? Everybody, not Madison, not just Kaylee, not, Bethany, not just Dylan, all of them. And there was one other girl in there. All of them, okay? All of them were being watched. They were being watched from the perspective of, we need to see who's saying what. So we listen. That sounds like some kind of organization or some kind of crime group and or government crime, something. They were being watched. I feel like the 2 girls, Kaylee and Madison, got in the way of an investigation for either a crime trafficking family. I go to Arizona, I go to New Mexico, and I go to California. That's a triangle. That's a
Yikes, that was a mouthful, huh? And I do want people to know, let me looky here. She doesn't, this ain't as fact. She says that, okay? So no one's going to come for her. Okay? I'm going to back this up again. Whose names did she say?
Madison got in the way of an investigation for either a crime trafficking family. I go to Arizona, I go to New Mexico, and I go to California. That's a triangle. That's a triad, a trifecta. That's what they keep telling me in my head, a trifecta. So
I'm just saying, whose dad lived in Arizona? Who did we just heard? Oh, Xana's. I'm just, whatever. I discovered YouTube and Wow, you're new.
I go to there. What happens in those states? Trafficking, 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 trafficking. I can't stop saying that. Trafficking. That's what happens in those states. Somebody in that house was speaking and was involved with somebody connected to that organization. And then somebody else in that house was talking about what they knew about what this person said, kind of peripherally. So it's like when I say something and there's a whole group of people and I say something and these two people have a secret over here and I'm outing their secret. No one's told me. I just happen upon it. Observation. I happen to say something that makes one turn against the other. One turns against the other. One turns against the other. Okay. One turns. I don't necessarily think that's even really what happened. I think it was sort of a happenstance. And I also feel like it was 3 men involved. It's all threes, threes, okay, all the way along. 3 men. Now, when you're talking about the roommates, and it sounds really very strange, and I don't mean this in a horrible way, but one of the roommates presents herself how she isn't. So I present myself like this, but I'm not really like this. So the projection or the energy that I show is cloaked and hidden because I don't want you to know who I am and why I'm at your school. Okay. So that's what I will say. I don't want you to understand what I'm really doing there because it's not about education for me. That's not what it's about. So I get that very strongly. So there's a mole in the house. Now, the mole can be working for the good side or the bad side, the crime family or the cops, right? Like, I don't know which side. And sometimes the cops can be bad and the crime family can be good because it's all flipped and crazy. There is a succession and then there's drugs. Okay. So there's 3 things: weaponized human, trafficking, and drugs. But it's not drugs like pharmaceuticals, opioids, fentanyl, heroin. That's not what I'm talking about. Why do people take drugs besides for fun and besides for illness, right? They take drugs, steroid performance enhancing drugs. What if, while all of this shit's going on, we have people being brought into this school setting, this university, we have people being brought in there that are kind of harnessed and drugged in order to perform, in order for sports, in order for money. Because human.
That's interesting. Well, hello there. How you doing? Um, 2 years. 2 years ago. It says a year, but it's almost been 2 years, according to the comments. This is crazy. I'm going to try to find the video of them at the bar.
Trafficking is one thing. It goes in different directions. But what if the sports department, and I am getting that. So there's also a connection to that. And that came through the side of Ethan. So I don't know what he was involved in or not involved in, but somebody that he was around and talked to is connected to that element. Now, you can be friends and have a whole bunch of people that you know and hang around and not think that they're involved in anything. Or you could suspect it, but you're still hanging out with them because you're friends. You know, when you're 20, you're 21. You're not thinking that, right? You're not thinking that this person is going to fuck up my life because they're going to tell me something and I'm randomly going to repeat it, which is what happened with Kaylee. That is why she's saying, I'm so sorry. About 11 o'clock the night before they were killed, she is talking in this restaurant and bar place setting, and she is speaking about something, and they are like, absolutely the fuck not. You have to shut up. Okay. So they're not telling her that, but in their head, she is talking to somebody and she's getting bits and pieces of it, not the whole thing, bits and pieces, okay? Bits and pieces, little bits and pieces. And she's talking to somebody that she assumes is a friend, not an enemy, not a frenemy, but a friend, male. This male person is texting madly. There is a setup starting at 11 p.m. the night prior, okay? The house is already being watched. It's being watched by a multitude of different people. Also, bullshit on the neighborhood not knowing what's going on. Just bullshit on that. Because the people around the house absolutely, I hear this very clearly, absolutely understood, back off and shut up. Back off and shut up. There is no excuse whatsoever. I'm going to come out and say it, okay? I'm going to come out and say it. There is no excuse whatsoever to not call 911 for 8 hours. I don't care who you are, what kind of mental freezingness you have, okay? I don't care. I don't care how you want to. Literally, the camera just cut off because I said, I don't care how you want to justify that, as if people are trying to justify it. I understand trauma from the point of seeing dead bodies. I've seen several. I get it. I understand hearing even guns go off. Like, I've heard guns go off, and I get it. I get that you can freeze, but 8 hours of conscientious direction in a different way is an entirely different thing. What's happened in that 8 hours? And by the way, when I'm okay, one of the girls, and I don't ask me which one because I get confused. It was one of the blonde girls, though. One of the girls is holding on literally to the bed, okay, like holding on to the bed and being pulled away. I don't feel that they recognized fully who was there. There was more than one person in the house, and that may be the confusion.
Do you? Oh my god, that is too funny. Holy shit. I'm going to respectfully disagree with much of what she is saying. Okay. I have two. I lived in California. I said too much growing up. I'm sorry. I had to. Yeah, that's funny.
Of Dylan, seeing one go in and one go out and catching the eyebrows coming towards her. Note, I was directed at the statement that she made, if it is correct. So hard to tell online, but if it is correct, she said the person was athletic but not muscular. Let's reword that. One of the people that came in to kill those four was muscular and also had bushy eyebrows. The point was, he was muscular. That's why she said he wasn't. And it was two different people. So did she see the back of one and the front of another? Yes. And they all came from different directions, okay? Like, for different reasons. Now, Bryan is a weaponized human. He is put in there, controlled human, mind controlled human, to do what they want him to do. And he came in to assess what went on. I keep getting that. Like, to take note of it, to observe it, to keep it where it couldn't be found, to make it in a particular way, to make sure the other ones didn't get caught. And there's a payoff for, if you take the fall for this, we will go here. There's also mind control with it. I wouldn't take the fall for that. Okay. And I'm not saying he wasn't involved in it, but it's not quite to the degree that he was a psychopath in there murdering everybody. There are other people, period. It has to do with trafficking. It has to do with sports. It has to do with steroids, drugs, injectables, whatever you want to call them. All of those things are involved. Each and every person in that house was talking to other people that they assumed were friends. There was many a voyeur in that house because it is a town full of young kids in a house, girls. So the neighbors were watching, always watching. There is video footage of what happened. So this brings another element. I feel like that home was bugged. Okay, bugged. By bugged, I mean like in the, 1960s reference, Maxwell Smart Get Smart. They placed objects in the house that could absorb, record, watch, rewind, watch, rewind, watch, rewind. There's a full accounting on the internet of the murders. I don't know if it's on the internet you and I would see, but somewhere online, this is being sent around because there is also a ritualistic aspect to it.
Oh, Jesus. Yikes. I suppose just say I don't want to speak with them. Damn right. I agree, J13, the alphabet agencies. He didn't, and that's what's crazy. The only thing he said when he got arrested, according to law enforcement, allegedly, has anybody else been arrested? You guys remember that? But we haven't got to see any kind of interviewing of Bryan Kohberger. Nothing.
freak system, the numerology, the sigil magic that Dylan put the tattoo on her arm. I'm not disputing getting a tattoo after someone dies. As you know, I did the same thing. It's what the tattoo is. That is a sigil. Okay. So I feel like there's a specific reason for that. It's the numerology. All of the kids' names are connected energetically. That's why they were brought there. There's a connection. This is a spiritual focus. This is a ritualistic performance on top of. Okay. So that's another layer. It is not just nut job Bryan came into town and decided, I'm going to kill 4 people I don't know because I'm socially awkward on the spectrum and I'm a freak. I'm not saying he's none of those things. I'm just saying that's not what happened. And I feel like his brain has been controlled. I do feel it's really strange, but I feel like the people in the house knew him or knew of him. So I feel like he was familiar to people in the house. I also feel that you have no idea, nor do I, what was really going on behind the scenes, the spiritual element. When we go to sororities and frat houses, what are we really doing? I didn't go to those, but if you do belong to those type of things, what kind of an energetic system are you following? It's like skull and crossbones. So think about that for a second. Fraternal order, go back to even cartoons with the Flintstones, the fraternal order, blah, blah, blah. That's what they're following. So there is a spiritual component to what goes on as well. And there are people that will be given up for the greater good financially of the organization. And that's what I feel the motive is. That's what I feel the motive is. Okay. I feel like Ethan on the other side is fucking confused. Like he's like, shit, when he saw, this is what I feel. I feel like he didn't even suspect who it was. So somebody turned on him, and I'm almost going into somebody that was very, very close to him, as in close, not friend, maybe related on some level. There's somebody, he's like opened my eyes, like, wow, wow, wow. Okay. So, and there's connections all the way through that. I also feel that the confusion lies with why the roommates didn't call 911, why they called everybody but 911 or whoever called. I'm not sure who called, but I don't know why you're not calling. What has happened? Were you in an altered state at the time? Were you even in your body? Was there something else going on ritualistically behind the scenes? I will go down that line because I could see it. That's why I'm all over the place. This case is all over the place. Now, I am seeing that, okay, so this is the year 2024. So by the year 2034, so a decade from now, we will have the answers. Some of it is going to come to light this year. You're going to hear wording that makes you know it's not just a random lurking, stalking asshole who killed them, okay? Because that's what Bryan Kohberger would be, is an asshole. Ask yourself, is that really the reason that these 4 kids are dead? Absolutely not. There is a component. I really feel they got in the mix by accident, at least the ones that are dead, by accident in a cartel of triangular traffickers. Arizona, New Mexico, California, Arizona, 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 New Mexico, California. That is what I think. I think they have people who phone. I think they have people who watch. I think this was very constructed. Now, here's something I'm going to say that might offend people. I feel somebody in that house, whomever, don't know if they're the dead roommates or the living roommates, but somebody was getting paid for the information that they were giving. I'm going to have to suspect that it's probably one of the 2 living ones because otherwise they'd be dead. But I am. And oh my God, I feel like.
Yikes. Okay. Comments. Many of my relatives were skull and crossbones. Is that right? What went on inside those doors? Do you know? Do you know? Hello? Anybody? Okay, let's continue.
Of course, I'm always going to say this. I feel like there is a component of authority involved because we all know when you have power, it's ridiculous. But the police department on some level is corrupt. is corrupt on some level, and they are being put into position to allow Kohberger to get off on something or to get away with it, or that's actually what's happening. I feel, okay, I'm not saying he will, he might get some time in jail, I mean, or not. I feel like he's so meticulous because he's a weaponized human brain mindset, weaponized. And I also feel like the weaponization of his thinking, which we would call OCD. I love a good cleaning fest with OCD, but who would think like a person with OCD? Ask yourself that. Who would think like a person with OCD? They say that OCD people have trauma and they want to control. Okay. But who would think like a person with OCD? Think of the movie Pulp Fiction. Think of the character that showed up when, whichever one, it wasn't John Travolta, it was the other guy. Jackson, Samuel Jackson, I'm trying to think. And he shoots that kid in the car because he won't shut up, and he doesn't want to shoot him. He just like is shut the fuck up and shoots him. So the car has to be cleaned. So that guy comes in and he's meticulous. He wears gloves. He has OCD and he cleans. So it's kind of interesting. My mind went to Pulp Fiction and the cleaner guy in the junkyard and the car, and your wife's coming home and make me a cup of.
That's an interesting thought, ain't it? He's got OCD. And look at that mess that was left. I cannot believe they found nothing within his car. Nothing. As in DNA or blood.
Coffee, put these clothes on and do this. That is very meticulous and very OCD. Most of us can't clean a car. Like if something dies in our car, we can't clean it to get rid of the smell, to get rid of the blood, to get rid of stuff, okay? A meticulous person knows exactly what kind of chemicals to use to remove that type of thing. Let's say you had a dog that died in the car. You put a dying dog in the car. Do you really think you could get the smell out? Do you think you and I could do that? Do you think taking it to the car wash does that? No, you have to know specifically what's going to work on cars, carpets, curtains, floors, etc. Okay, so I feel like there's an element to what's going on that's like Pulp Fiction. So Bryan Kohberger is called in to oversee, overlook, at least in his mind, this is what I'm picking up. Now, maybe he went and killed them and thought that that wasn't what he was doing. That's quite possible. But I feel like this is where we are going with this. There is a combination of things. It's big money. And again, Kaylee says, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. I know that the media or the people online switched it to say that maybe Madison was the target, but I'm hearing Kaylee say that. So I'm going to stick with, she got herself into a situation or circumstance that she was unaware that the person she was speaking with, male, was an enemy. And she was giving this person bits and pieces of information. Now, they show a lot of stuff online, body cam footage, neighbor footage, cop footage, whatever. They go to the house and they're like, knock, knock. There's so much noise. And you see the kids come out. I don't know which kid it is. One time it was Kaylee. It might have been Madison one time. Or it could have been Xana. I don't know. But the kids come out and they're like, you know, one of them says, I'm not 21 and that's my roommate. And I think it was Kaylee. And then that's my roommate or whatever she says. Why really were those cops there? Because in my neighborhood, there's murders that happen and you can't get 911 to show up. Okay. Like I'm being dead serious. Very rarely do they come. You actually, like, what are they? What, a noise complaint?
Didn't they have like undercover cops that would just walk around in that neighborhood to catch people with alcohol? Yeah. Yeah, if you could, you know what? But blood, that don't go away, man. I didn't think about that. The knowledge. But still, I don't know. I didn't think about that.
In a college town? Or what? And then the cop's standing there and he's like, well, instead of giving you a $300 ticket, you should have some beer and spend your money like that. Like, I'm sorry, you don't want them to make noise, but you want them to drop a couple of hundreds on booze. and then think they're not going to make noise. Makes no sense. So I was immediately drawn to, what if the police showing up, knock, 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 is like, hey, we can see you. We know what you're doing. That's why we're coming to the door on a noise complaint. Everybody knew they were noisy because they're 20-year-olds. That's what they do. Dogs are noisy. Kids are noisy. I mean, okay. And this is a town full of people in housing, going to school, drinking and partying. Yeah, they're noisy. Anyway, I also get a connection, and I have no idea who this is, but to a father figure connected to the house. So there's somebody writing checks with a lot of money. I don't know whose father it is and why I'm using the word father figure to the house. I write checks. I pay for housing. I pay for this. I pay for that. I'm also involved peripherally because of how I make my money. How do I make my money?
Yeah, that's where she lives now. She's from Canada, and she's lived in Florida.
Don't know who that is, but I'm also getting that. So this is my first video, and it's very like all over the place because I didn't know where to go with it, because I was all over the place. It's not what is being presented out there. It is different. So this is my first video on the Idaho 4. Okay, thanks you guys for listening. I'm Sloan from...
Oh my God, here I am freaking talking and I'm muted. So that was interesting. And she has not done a part 2. Has not. But here we go. We're not going to watch the whole thing because, you know, it's been a long live. I appreciate everyone that's, you know, here. This is the girls at the bar. I mean, I only took like this video here, so there's no sound. But they are, don't they come in here somewhere? Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Okay. Are they right here? Hold on a minute. They come in here somewhere, I think. Oh. There's Kaylee right there. They're there now. What time is it? 22:24. Who's Kaylee standing next to? Oh, that could be Kayla. That could be Kayla. And I think this is Maddie right here. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Let me see the hair. Then I'll know. Oh, there's Maddie right there. So there are the girls. Right there. Could you imagine blurring all the faces with those two? But there is a clip somewhere, maybe I'll find it, where they go back here where that table is, and then they're standing there and there's a guy right there talking to Maddie. Maddie and him were talking. And yeah. Ice Center. What's that? So we got through all the interviews that are on body cam, but then we have all the audio ones too. Because remember, Dylan was interviewed 2 more times, and it's like 3.5 hours. Yeah. So there's more. All right, I think I'm going to go. But I think this was a pretty good live. A lot of information. But please hit the like or the dislike, okay? And thank you. Thank you very much for being here.